dust off the Purple Martin gourds and put them up on the rack. It's about 3 weeks sooner, but I checked the Purple Martin migration map, and a lot of people are seeing martins coming on in up through Georgia and South Carolina and North Carolina. So I'm going to go ahead and get them ready and to put up, and we'll see how fast those martins move in. Yay! So I'm going to need some brush and some clean off the muck from last year a little bit, and then I'm going to add a spoonful of Sevin Dust in the bottom of each gourd and put a little pine straw so that they'll be ready. All right, let's get going. So this will be year 3 with a Troyer 12. So I only have 12 houses. I resisted the urge to buy another set last year, or this year, so we'll build them up. Every house was full last year. And I imagine that'll be the case this year. So the very first year they found the gourds, and I had 10 houses full, or 10 gourds full, and then last year all 12 were inhabited. Super exciting. I often hear them before I see them. Last year I think we had, gosh, I'll have to look at my notes, but 50 or 60 chicks hatch. Was a lot. High success rate last year, so I'm hoping for the same thing this year. So exciting. And we'll take you on this journey. They usually come, typically it's the end of March, 1st of April, but it looks like they're moving on up a little quicker this year. So they're usually here through the 1st of August. And we do nest checks once a week and record, you know, how many eggs and the stages of the chicks. I have a little chart that tells me. Should have probably done this when I packed them up, but you know how packing up is. You think you're going to get to it, and then you don't. Push that chore right on down the line until you have to do it. That's okay. Let's get them done today. Get those gourds up and see how fast the martins move in. Hopefully they're not here already and hunting for their homes. Through all 12 of these, and then show you how I put the straw in, and then we'll go and put them up on the rack. All right, I've got them all cleaned up and lined up on the rack. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of Sevin Dust in the bottom. Some people do and some people don't. I have done that the past 2 years. It helps with the mites and the spiders and whatnots. And then I'm going to put a little bit of straw in there, and I'm going to clamp them on the tops and put them in the wagon, and we'll take the wagon down to the rack. So we'll start with 12. I'm going to put a little scoop of Sevin in each one to keep the critters away. Actually, I'll go ahead and put a scoop in each one now, and then I'll come back with the straw. A little quicker, I think. Here. All right. Now we'll put a little bit of straw I generally just kind of tuck it around, make a little indentation with it. So they've got a little bit of a hole in there. Get tucked into. I think it's going to be cold. And then I'm afraid we got a little bit more cold there. Then screw on. And then just start lining them up. And 11. I'll just keep on until I get them all done. All right, next day. It's very windy. Chris is working on in the woods on the shooting range. And I've pulled some of the weeds. The weeds are horrible, so I'm giving up on the weeds. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the gourds out to the rack and put them up. Is the wind supposed to die down a little bit later this afternoon? So I'm gonna wait till then to actually put the gourds on the rack, but we're gonna go ahead and get them out there now. Can you help me, Sammy? Pond is blowing today. Very, very windy. I think they're talking about ice tomorrow or March the 11th. Boo-hoo. All right. There's our rack. It's a Troyer 12, so T12. If you look up Troyer, Purple Martin accessories. And so they're ready. And we'll come back out a little later this afternoon when the wind has died down a little bit. All right, change of plans. We are going to put them up today, even though it's windy. We're going to do the duck box yet. I'm playing the Purple Martin Dawn song on the loudspeaker this morning. It's next day. We just put up those gourds not even 24 hours ago, and we just had the first martin. And I don't know if you can see her, but she's got her head poking out of gourd number 12. Oh, I'm so excited. There she is. The first martin of the season. Good morning, baby girl. Welcome. There she goes, the first martin. So by the end of the day, we'll probably have about 5 or 6 more. And then by next week, a whole sky full. And I won't have to play the song. You'll be able to hear them. Happy day.